Hello and welcome to Young Minds versus Physics. Yes, we are like in Maths Marathon Series 2, Day 2 and continuation of quadratic equations. Already yesterday we discussed quadratic equations theory part, and then also we did 15 problems from the worksheets which are extracted from previous year public examination question papers and from different books. Okay, so now let's continue with the next problems. Right, write the number of roots of the quadratic equation x square minus 8x plus 16 is equal to 0. Right, so now here they are asking only for number of roots. Okay, so first of all we shall see that b square minus 4ac, which is a discriminant, like based on that only we will be doing. If like discriminant is greater than 0, then two roots exist. Two roots, right? So, or if discriminant is equal to 0, then only one root, or two equal roots, what we call as, will exist. So now let's find out the discriminant for here. That is b square is minus 8 whole square minus 4ac. 4 into a is 1 into c is 16. Right, so this is 64 minus 64, which is equal to 0. That means discriminant is 0. So therefore you have only one root. One root. Okay? Is this clearly visible, or do I need to bring it down? Right. So then next, if minus 4 is a common root for the quadratic equations 2x square plus bx plus 8 is equal to 0, that means you have one equation given, and the root here is minus 4. See, observe the equation, you have a variable here and another equation is given, and for this also one of the root is minus 4 only. Now we need to find out k. Now students, please observe, here you have a variable, here you have two variables, p and k. So the question here is to find out k. You can find k only when you know p, is it not? So that means here if you substitute minus 4 as a root, then you will be knowing p value. This p you are going to substitute it here, and hence you can find k. So now let us see how to solve the problem now. Alright, so 17th problem. Minus 4 is the common root. Given equation is 2x square plus px plus 8 is equal to 0, and minus 4 is the root. Right, and the other one here is p into x square plus x plus k is equal to 0. Right, so now, and here minus 4 is one of the roots. So now therefore what do we do here? First we will find p from this equation. So from equation 1 we have 2 into minus 4 whole square plus p into minus 4 plus 8 is equal to 0. So that is 2 into 16 minus 4p plus 8 is equal to 0, or 32 plus 8 is 40 minus 4p is equal to 0, implies 4p is equal to 40 or p is equal to 10. So you got the value of p here. P is equal to 10. We got it to be p is equal to 10. Now we need to substitute this one in this in order to make or eliminate p here, right? So therefore now substituting in equation 2. Now 10 into x square plus x plus k is equal to 0. So that is 10x square plus 10x plus k is equal to 0. But x is equal to minus 4 is the root. Is it not? Yes. Now substituting here. 10 into minus 4 whole square plus 10 into minus 4 plus k is equal to 0. Or 16 into 4 square is 16. 16 into 10 is 160. Right? 160 minus 40 plus k is equal to 0. 160 minus 40 is 120 plus k is equal to 0. Implies k is equal to minus 120. This is the value of k. Right? Pause the video for a moment and then copy it down. Let's now proceed to see the 18th one. If a number is 132 smaller than its square, then the number is dash. See, I will do it here only, right? So, two methods I will explain you. Right now, one is number is smaller than, let us suppose the number is x. This is equal to smaller than its square, x square minus 132, right? 132 smaller than the square. So, square minus 132 is the number. Right. So, after coming to this status, so when these options are there, you can substitute the options and check for it. Right. Then you will be getting the number easily. Right. So, now suppose if I substitute x is equal to 12, that means here 12 square is 144 minus 132 is 12, x is equal to 12 is, right, done, D. Or else, suppose if this is asked as a 2-mark question, right, you won't be having options here. Hence, you can write it as x square minus 132 minus x is equal to 0, or x square minus x minus 132 is equal to 0. Solve this equation, find the roots. Find the roots, you will get x value. And you know how to find out the roots, right? You can use directly discriminant form and you can do that one, right? Yes, that is minus b plus r minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. b square minus 4ac under root by 2a. Right? Now, write the nature of the roots of the quadratic equation. X square minus 8x plus 16. Now, again, nature of the roots. Now, I am not going to explain this one. Nature of the roots means if d is equal to 0, unique root. If d is greater than 0, 2 real roots. And if suppose when you find it d is less than 0, imaginary or sometimes the same thing is called as complex roots. Right? So this is how you will be getting. Please check for the discriminant. What is the discriminant? B square minus 4ac is equal to D. Substitute in this and determine it. Same questions. Right? So when there is something different, I will explain it. In quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, just now we have written d is greater than 0. So you will get two real roots, real and distinct roots. Two real and equal roots means that is what unique root. Okay, write the nature of roots of the quadratic equations. 2x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. The same thing. So find a discriminant and check for the condition. Check for the condition. Same problems. When there are same problems, I am leaving it to you. Right. The sum of the squares of the two consecutive natural numbers is 421. Frame a quadratic equation to given data. So, what is the question? Sum of the squares of the two consecutive numbers. So, sum of the squares of the two consecutive natural numbers. That means if one number is n, the other is n plus 1. So, here what is he saying? Sum of the squares, n square plus n plus 1 whole square is equal to 421. So this is the one. So how to write the statements, that I will show now. So 22nd problem. Now consecutive natural numbers are n and n plus 1. Therefore, n square plus n plus 1 whole square is equal to 421. This is given. Now, let us expand this one. N square, a plus b whole square formula, n square plus n plus 2n is equal to 421. N square plus n square is 2n square plus again 2n plus 1 minus 421 is equal to 0, or 2n square plus 2n minus 421 minus 421 plus 1 is equal to 0. And here you can take in the simplest form, it can be written as taking 2 common, n square plus n minus 210 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation, required quadratic equation, right, using the given data. So pause the video and then note it down. Now 23rd problem. Form a quadratic equation whose roots are 5 and 6. So yesterday also we discussed that one. So quadratic polynomial, from quadratic polynomial, quadratic equation is, can be written as right, x square plus minus of alpha plus beta of x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation form, right, where alpha and beta are roots. So therefore the required equation is x square minus, what are the given roots to us? 5 and 6. So minus of 5 plus 6 into x plus 5 into 6 is equal to 0, or x square minus 11x plus 30 is equal to 0. This is the answer. So when either roots are given or sum of the roots and product of the roots are given, so this is the best way of forming a quadratic equation. And what is the other way? I said the other way you can also do it as or, right? So this is also, there is no harm in doing like this also. X minus 5 into x minus 6 is equal to 0. So therefore now you need to multiply this. X into x is x square. So minus 6x. Now 5 into minus 5 into x is minus 5x, minus of minus 5 into 6 is 30 is equal to 0, right? So you got it to be x square minus 11x plus 30 is equal to 0. So the same equation, we got the same equation, but see the method. Here you have got the roots, means x minus 5, that is x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 6. Right? That means you can write as x minus 5 into x minus 6 is equal to 0. This is one way of writing it and this is the other way of writing it. So, dear children, please follow any one method and don't get confused. And those who are very familiar with this, take this as conceptual input. Okay? So, now coming to 24th problem. Find the roots of the equation by method of completing square. You don't have it this year, so therefore let's not overburden ourselves like by doing this method, right? The roots of the quadratic equation are, right, so ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Yes, that is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2. 2c, no, yes, here you have it, d minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now, is 0.2 a root of the equation x square minus 0.4? is equal to 0? Justify your answer. This is a important question. So now let's solve this. 26th problem. So the given equation is x square minus 0.4 is equal to 0. And what is the question? Is 0.2 a root? Right? So now let us substitute 0.2 and verify, because he is asking justify. Right? So LHS when x is equal to 0.2. So you are taking the LHS of the equation when x is 0.2. So 0.2 whole square minus 0.4, that is x square minus 0.4 is equal to, right? So that is equal, 0.2 whole square is 0.04 minus 0.4. So this is like 0.04 minus 0.4, that is going to be minus, so from that is 6 and 4, 3, 0.36 minus 0.36. So which is not equal to RHS, which is 0. Right? This is not equal to RHS, which is supposed to be 0. So therefore 0.2 is not a root. Right? So what is that? Whenever something is given to us to verify whether it is a root or not, the simplest way is that just substitute that particular value in place of x, then find the LHS value. If LHS is going to be equal to RHS, then only that can be the root of the given equation. Right? So here point 2 is whole square is 0.04. 0.04 minus 0.4 is minus 0.36, which is not equal to 0. Hence it is not a root. Clear? So very important problem. Now the next one. To match the following, choose the correct option. Group 1. So what is this graph saying? That is, you have only unique, that means because it is touching the x-axis only at one point, that is at 0. It is having unique or one single root. Single root is possible only when D is, right? Only when D is equal to, when D is equal to, I'll write the conditions here. D is equal to 0, unique root, right? And D is greater than 0, 2 roots, 2 real roots, is it not? I am writing it repeatedly because so that you will not get confused. 2 complex roots. 2 complex roots. And if suppose A is 0, if suppose A is 0, right? The equation is not quadratic. Equation is not quadratic. It is linear. That means you won't be getting a curve here. It is linear equation, right? So now here, this is the point where unique root. So D is equal to 0 should be the option. Right here, so with A being less than 0, A greater than 0, A can be positive, right? And A can be negative. These two are the things. With D being the values again, D is equal to 0. So you need to make a concept like with minus A negative, in the sense something like minus x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. A greater than 0 means it could be ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So these are the equations. So what do we see here is like this, right? Minus x square plus bx plus c. Right. See, always whenever it is like when the coefficient here is negative, then the curve should be downward open, right? Downward open. That means it can be like this or it can be like this, right? So here in the problem, we need to make a correction here definitely, because with only one particular condition we can't do that. Like when a is less than 0 as well as, so make a correction here, and d greater than 0. So if d greater than 0 only, you will have 2x values, right? So 2x values with a less than 0 means like open downwards. Right, and then here this is also a less than 0 condition, no doubt in that. It is a less than 0, right? A less than 0 and d is equal to 0 condition. A less than 0, right? A less than 0 and d is equal to 0 condition. Why? Because you have only one root. One root is possible only when d is equal to 0, right? So therefore this is the condition for this one. So I'll write it here. The actual values I'll write a less than 0 and d greater than 0 condition is this. So there is a mistake in the problem. So please note down the corrections. Right. And now this one you can see that you have d being like, so because here d is equal to 0, right, with positive root. Right, d is equal to 0 and positive root, and here d is equal to 0 and root is also equal to 0. So there is some mistake in this one, right? So there is a print mistake, so therefore I made the corrections and I gave you the details of it. Okay. So now coming to the next one, give any two examples from your day-to-day life which are representing the quadratic equations. Yes, here path of a projectile, that means when you project a stone making some particular angle. So this is like this. So it's a quadratic equation. So what I am writing? Path of a projectile. Path of a projectile, as well as suppose when you are like a best example for this one is when you are like projecting a rocket. So when a rocket is fired, at that time also this goes and then suppose it to be earth, then it goes and then it fits into an orbit. So that is also rocket motion. Is also an example for quadratic equation. Okay, right. If one of the root of 2x square plus kx minus 6 is 2, then k is dash. Already what is given? One of the root is 2 is given. So when it is 2, right? So that means this is going to be equal to 0. That means 2 into 2 square plus k into 2 minus 6 is equal to 0. Now 4 2s are 8 plus 2k minus 6 is equal to 0, or 2k is equal to 8 minus 6 is 2, that is minus 2, k is equal to minus 1. So this is the right option. Right. Now sum of the squares of two consecutive multiples of 7 is 637. Create a quadratic equation to given data. I think this place is sufficient for me. So 1 is a multiple of 7. So I write any number multiplied with 7 is 7n. The next immediate multiple. That means the next immediate multiple means, see, suppose if you take 2 table, 2. What is the next immediate multiple? 2 plus 2. What is the next immediate one? 2 plus 2 plus 2. Is it not? So that means plus the number is added again. Now to 7 and you are adding 7n plus 7 to get the next multiple. So the consecutive multiples are these two. Right? So whole square plus is equal to, right, the sum of the squares of the multiples is 637. This is the question given. So what is that they are asking? They are not asking us to find out n value or any number. They are only asking to create a quadratic equation to the given data. So now let us simplify this one. 49n square plus, now a plus b whole square formula, 49n square plus 49 plus 49 into 2, 7 7 are 49, 2 like 49 into 2, 2 9s are 18, 2 4s are 8, 98. 98 yen, right, is equal to 0. So now 49 n square plus 49 n square is 98 n square plus 98 n plus 49 is equal to 0. Next step, write in the simplest form. Right, so write in the is equal 637. I'm sorry, it's not 0, 637. 637 is equal to 637. So now you can take out 7, I think, from this common, and then final equation will be right, 7 1s are 7, 7 4s are 28. So 14 n square plus 14 n plus 7 7s are 49 is equal to now 7. So 7, how many times it will go? 7 9s are and 7 1s are. So this is the final equation. Okay, so I'll repeat this one again. So here they are asking sum of the squares of two consecutive multiples of 7. We don't know what the numbers are, but if n being any integer, right, 7n is the multiple of 7 only. Yes, so 7n. The next immediate one will be when you add one more 7 to it, then only it will be the next consecutive one, the next immediate multiple of 7. So 7n whole square plus 7n plus 7 whole square. So that is equal to 637 is given. So this is the way you need to write. Now afterwards it's only a simplification part, and then finally you will get this equation, which is a quadratic equation, required quadratic equation. Can you see this one now? It should come still more down. Right. So now let's see the other one. If b is equal to 0, c less than 0. Is it true that the roots of x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 are numerically equal and opposite in sign? Justify your answer. So b is equal to 0. That means this term disappears. Now c is less than 0. That means c is negative. So now let us write how it will be. X square plus c is equal to 0. If you take c is negative, right? So then x square something like minus c is equal to 0. Or you will write it as x square is equal to c, or x is equal to plus r minus root c. So therefore what you are getting? X is equal to plus root c and x is equal to minus root c. Right? So therefore this is how you will be getting the values. Right? So you can take this one as something like c is equal to minus 5. If I take it as c is equal to minus 5, x square is equal to plus 5, then this is plus root 5 minus root 5. Okay, so therefore they are equal and opposite. Equal and opposite. Opposite in the sense one is of plus sign and the other is of minus sign. Right? So now s is equal to ut minus half gt square is a formula which gives the distance s in meters traveled by a ball from thrower's hands. If it is thrown upwards with an initial velocity of u meter per second, after a time of t seconds, g is acceleration due to gravity and d is 9.8 meter per second square. So this is the given problem. Now here the question is, if a ball is thrown upwards at 14 meter per second, how high has it gone after 1 second? After 1 second. So now s is equal to u is 14, t is 1, minus half, g is 9.8, t square is again 1. So this is what we need to substitute. So that is equal to 14 minus 2 into 9.8 is 4.9. right? So therefore 14 minus 4.9 is 9.1 meters. So within 1 second it travels a distance of 9.1 meters. Clear? So now how long does it take for the ball to reach a height of 5 meters? Like to reach a height of 5 meters. So what is given? S is given. S is equal to 5 is equal to like with the same height of 5 meters with the same speed, because speed is not mentioned again here, means with the same speed, right? 14 into t minus 4.9 into t square. So now you got again a quadratic equation in terms of t. Quadratic equation in terms of t. So how do you write that one? Now the whole equation will change as minus 4.9 t square plus 14t minus 5 is equal to 0. Taking minus common, I can write it as 4.9 t square plus 14t, right? Minus 14t, because minus is taken common, minus 14t plus 5 is equal to 0, right? So now find the roots. Find the roots. So now see whether you will be getting two values or one value. So my discriminant minus that is b square minus 4ac. Now it is b square is 40 minus 14 whole square minus 4ac, right? 4 into c is 5, 20. So 20 into 4.9, 2 into 4.9 is 9.8 into 10, 98, right? So therefore now you have two roots here again, because you are getting it to be positive value. Therefore you are getting two roots. So find both the roots, right? So if you are getting t to be negative, that means any one of the roots is negative, you will take only the positive value. Okay? Alright. So do this problem. And if you have any doubt in solving this, you can post, you can say that in comment section. You can mention that, then so that I'll solve it for you. So the next one, why are there two possible times to reach a height of 5 meters? Because you have two roots here, so therefore you are getting like two values. Find the discriminant of the equation, that will be why, because d is greater than 0. Right. Find the discriminant of the equation, this much, and hence find the nature of its roots. So therefore again discriminant, that is 1 by 3 is there. So you may be getting confused, therefore I am doing it. B square minus 4ac, that is minus 2 whole square, minus 4 into a is 3 into c is 1 by 3. 3 will get cancelled, nothing to be worried. So 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. Right, discriminant is 0, implies d is equal to 0, means only one root or two equal roots. Any way you can write. Okay, unique root. Find the roots of the quadratic equation by factors method. Factors method means, yes, middle term splitting. Right, let us see how to do this one. Thirty-fourth problem, given equation is 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. What is the method adopted? Is factors method. That means we are going to split the middle term. Right. So you have 5 here, 2 and 3 here. So therefore I can write it as 2x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. Right, so now taking 2x common here, it is x minus 1, right, minus 3 common here, so minus 3 means x minus 1, right, this is equal to 0. Now see, while doing middle term splitting, you have to see that this should be expressed as like the product of these two, like something like the factors of these two product, right? That is 2 and 3, right? And here you have to see that always whatever you are getting common, that should be the same. Okay, so now you take x minus 1 is common in both the terms. So x minus 1, in the first term you are left with 2x, in the second term you are left with minus 3, which is equal to 0. What does that mean? This is equal to 0 or this whole thing is 0. That means x is equal to x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 1 or 2x is equal to 3, which implies x is equal to 3 by 2. So you got two values, right? So we've found two roots for this one, x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 3 by 2. Okay. So now let us see the 35th one. Like find the roots of the quadratic equation 7x square minus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0 by using graph. Right. So therefore you will be finding, like, see, only for particular values of x you will be getting it to be 0. For the remaining all values you won't be getting the value of this to be equal to 0. So therefore you make this as a polynomial, right? Y is equal to p of x is equal to x square minus 7x plus 10. You make it as a polynomial, as we have done it in case of linear equations in two variables as well as the polynomials. In a similar manner, take x different values, and find y. Then now plot the graph between x and y values. Then you will be getting a graph. And how the graph comes, that we can see by using discriminant. What is discriminant? Is equal to b square minus 4ac, that is minus 7 whole square, minus 4ac is minus 40. 49 minus 40 is equal to 9, which is greater than 0 definitely, and here x is positive. So therefore you may get a curve just like this, right? If one is positive and one is negative, and you will get it here if both are positive, and if you get the curve here, both may be negative. Clear? So what is the process here? Right, if you want, you can just open the polynomial or equations into linear equation in two variables and check how to plot the graph for a given polynomial. Okay, so from that you can easily plot the graph. Now the value of p is dash if minus 2 is not the root of quadratic equation. Minus 2 is not the root. Now suppose if I substitute minus 2, whatever value of p I am getting, that is not the value of p, is it not? Yes. So now substitute it here. 4 minus 2 whole square minus 5 minus 2 plus p is equal to 0. Right? So therefore if I say it is the root, if I say it is the root, then whatever the p value you are getting, right, that is not the p value, right? So therefore, because I have an option here not equal to option also. So, minus 2 whole square is 4 into 4, now 16 minus plus, that is 10 plus p is equal to 0 implies p is equal to minus 26. See, p is equal to minus 26 is possible only when p is equal to minus 2. Only when the root is minus 2. If root is not minus 2, then p is also not equal to minus 26. So I am only using the logic here by observing the options. Right. For what value of k the quadratic equation has equal roots? Equal roots means discriminant is 0. Make b square minus 4ac 0. b square is 9k square. Minus 4ac is 4 9s are 36k, which is equal to 0. 9k square is equal to 36k. 1k k will get cancelled. K is equal to 4. 9 goes 4 times in this. So k is equal to 4. Write any two quadratic equations in terms of y. Any two quadratic equations, not an issue. Y square minus 5y plus 3 is equal to 0 is one of the equation. Right, y square plus 6y minus 2 is equal to 0. Any two equations, only just using y. Find the area of the rectangle whose length and breadth are roots of this one. So what you have to find out is, now first find root. x is equal to, x1 is equal to minus b, that is 15, right, plus b square minus 4ac under root. So what is b square? 225, right, minus 4ac is minus 200 by 2a is 2. This is one root, right? The x2 is equal to 15 minus 225 minus 200 under root is 25, that is 5 by 2. So one here is 15 plus 5 by 2 and the other is 15 minus 5 by 2, that is 10 by 2. This is 20 by 2 which is equal to 10. This is equal to 5. So I got both the values. One is 10, one is 5. So what he is asking, find the area of the rectangle whose length and breadth are the roots. So now length is equal to 10 and breadth is equal to 5. So therefore area is equal to of a rectangle, area is equal to length into breadth which is equal to 50 units. If nothing is given, you have to just write it as units. Clear? So very important problem this one is. So you are just only finding the roots, and those roots you are taking the higher value to be length and the lower value to be the breadth, and then you are taking it as L into B as area of the rectangle. Now next one, sum of the roots and the product of the roots of the quadratic equation are 7 and 12 respectively. So alpha plus beta is equal to 7, alpha into beta is equal to 12. What is the actual polynomial? X square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. This is what the thing is. Now check where it is. X square minus alpha plus beta 7x plus 12. So this is the right answer. Janvi said that the product of roots of the quadratic equation is 5 by 2. Do you agree with her? Product of the roots. Product of the roots means you need to convert this first into the general form of this one. That is, coefficient here should not be there. It should be only 1. So let us convert this one. Divide the whole with 2. X square minus 5x by 2 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 0. You are dividing the whole equation with 2. 2 got cancelled here. So now this is 5 by 2 is alpha plus beta and 3 by 2 is alpha into beta. So therefore now alpha plus beta is equal to 5 by 2 and alpha into beta is equal to 3 by 2. What is he said? Janvi is saying that the product of the roots is 5 by 2, which is wrong. False. The reason is here. Now find the quadratic equation whose roots are plus root 2 and minus root 2. You know that you can use even this one, x plus root 2 into x minus root 2 is equal to 0. A plus b into a minus b. Therefore x square minus root 2 whole square is x square minus 2 is equal to 0 is the quadratic equation. Pause the video and then copy everything. Roots of the quadratic equation, x square plus x plus 5 is equal to 0 are. So check the discriminant. Right. Find two consecutive odd natural numbers, sum of whose squares is 970. Right. Two consecutive odd natural numbers. See, even number means 2n. Odd number means 2n plus 1. So the general formula for odd number is 2n plus 1. Consecutive, they are saying immediately you will be getting it as plus 2 again. 2n plus 3. 2n plus 1 plus 2. So therefore it is 2n plus 3, which is equal to 970. This is the required form of the equation. So now expanding this one, you will get 4n square plus 3 2s are 6n plus 2n plus 3 is equal to 970. 4n square plus 8n plus 3 minus 970 means it is minus 967 is equal to 0. This is the equation. Solve for roots. Using the discriminant formula, find the roots, then you will get the 2. Once when you know to n, you substitute in 2n plus 1 and 2n plus 3, you will be getting the two odd numbers. Clear? Right. So a manufacturer of mobile phones produced 650 mobile phones in 6th year and 725 in 8th year. Assuming the production increases uniformly by now, this doesn't belong to quadratic equations. This is from progressions. So children, make a note of this one. This doesn't belong to quadratic equations. So check whether this is a quadratic equation or not. So just do this one. X square plus 3x plus 5 is equal to, now see, mention this one, x square, right, plus 4x, right, now minus 2x minus 8. So now x square on both sides with plus sign, so they'll get cancelled. So this is not a quadratic equation, because you don't have x square term at all in this. It's not a quadratic equation. So now here 47th one, a rectangle park is to be designed whose breadth is 5 meters, b is equal to 5 meters, less than its length L. Like that means if L is the length, then b is equal to L minus 5. Its area is to be 6 square meter more than, first let us see how to write the statements. Right, so this is 47th problem, children, very very important problem. So now here what is the length of the, like a rectangle park has to be formed, right? L, this is L, and B is equal to L minus 5 is given to us, and its area is to be 6 square meter more than twice the area of the park that has already been made, that is of square shape. Another park is of the square shape with its sides as the breadth of the rectangular park. That means L minus 5 and L minus 5. So it's a square. So whatever the area of this square is there, so to this square, twice, right, more than twice the area of the park. The area is to be 6 square meter more than twice the area. Right. So therefore now area of rectangle is equal to, right, now what is that one? L minus 5 into L. So now this is given that it is 6 more than twice area of square. So therefore L minus 5 into L minus 5 into L is equal to 6 plus 6 already more than the twice this area, L minus 5 whole square, area of the square. This is area of the rectangle, this is area of the square, twice the area of the square and 6 more than. Is the condition satisfied? Right. So now we need to find out the area of both. Right, so now let us expand this one, minus 5L, that is 6 plus 2 into L square plus 25 minus 10L. Right, L square minus 5L is equal to 6 plus 2L square plus 225 is 50 minus 20L. Now taking all these terms here, now 2L square minus L square is L square. Minus 20L plus 5L is minus 15L, right, 50 plus 6 is plus 56 is equal to 0. Now finding the roots of this one, find the discriminant first, that is easy for everybody to do it. B square is 225, minus 4AC, right, 4 6 are 24, 4 5 are 20, 224 and 224, root D is equal to 1. Right. So therefore now x1 or L1 is equal to, roots of this is equal to minus b is 15 plus root of discriminant by 2, that is 16 by 2, which is equal to 8, and L2 is equal to 15 minus 1 by 2, that is 14 by 2 is equal to 7. You got 8 and 7 to be the values of L1 and L2. So what is that you have to find out? You got two different values, right, two roots. That means this is possible with 2 dimensions, right? If L is 2, if L is equal to 8, area of rectangle is equal to, L into L minus 5. L minus 5 is 3. 3 8s are 24. Now area of square is equal to, Area of square is equal to, what is area of square? L minus 5 whole square. L minus 5 is 3, 3 square is 9. Right? That means you have got two values. Now if L is equal to 7, if L is equal to 7, area of rectangle is equal to, right, 7 into 7 minus 5 is 2, which is equal to 14. Now area of square is equal to 2 square, which is 4. So this is how you have to determine. Very, very, very important problem. So don't miss practicing it. So remaining all are almost the same. Right? So go through all the worksheets, and if you have any doubts, please post in or then mention it in comment section so that I can do it in the next video. So this is the start of the slideshow, children, and the first sheet. You can take a screenshot. I have already given the link in the description. Those who can open the link can take the PDF from the description. And sheet 2, I'll give you a few seconds. Take a screenshot. Sheet 3. Sheet 4, yeah, in this 27th one, so what you have in the match the following. So those are, there are a little bit mistakes in this one. So in the video the corrections are mentioned. So please do notice the changes that are given in the question in the video. And the next sheet, the next one, and the next one, and here I think, yes, this one, 45th question. So this does not exist. It is not from what do we call, quadratic equations. This question belongs to progressions. So when we discuss progressions, at that time you can do that, right? The next sheet. And the last one, I think. Right, children, so please do solve the problems, listen to the video, and if you have any doubts or if you need some extra help, please mention that in comment section so that I can do that in the next video.